All right, everyone. So today's video is going to be very honest and it's going to be all about motivation. And if you think I'm always motivated, I'll be the first one to tell you that some nights I don't want to work out and eat healthy. Some nights I want to sit on my couch and drink wine and eat pizza and watch Real Housewives. Insert city here. I'm not picky. And I think it's very important for those of us in the fitness and health industry to be honest that motivation is not something that just occurs all the time naturally. The difference between those of us who get it done, who go to the gym, who eat well very consistently, it's the fact that they've built habits that don't rely directly on their level of motivation to be successful, to implement. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. Because if you're just really relying on motivation here, at the end of the day, motivation isn't always going to be there. So we need to figure out how to implement the workouts, the sleep, the stress strategies, the nutrition, and get it to be done every day, even when motivation isn't there. And if we haven't met yet, I'm Megan. I have a master's in health and chronic disease. I've been a certified personal trainer for over 15 years, and I have the really awesome job of helping others live happier, healthier lives, figuring out what works for them, getting their energy back, helping them lose weight, build muscle, all of those amazing things. And I do it all through realistic, science-backed nutrition and fitness information. Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit about my story, and that is I was not into fitness as a kid. I did not grow up playing sports, working out. The truth is I didn't even run a mile or was able to do a push-up until I was in my 20s. I didn't even know what protein was, macros. I graduated college. I was about 30 pounds heavier than I was now, and I wasn't confident. I didn't feel good in my body. I wasn't making good lifestyle choices to any capacity, and I just knew that something had to change. I was in a completely unrelated field. I was 22. I just moved back home, and it was really a struggle to figure out what to do to get healthier. I had no energy. I didn't like the way I looked, and my mom dragged me to a spin class, a cycling class, and I fell in love with it. Not really the actual act of working out, but the way I felt after, the way I had more energy, the way that going to a spin class made me eat healthier that night, made me drink less, made me want to get up the next day and really put that workout in. It helped me realize a community that existed in the gym, and it was awesome. It changed my life. And for the first time at the age of 22, I felt the most confident I've ever been. I felt the most capable. And within 2 or 3 months of stepping foot in my first spin class, I became a certified spin instructor. I got my own class. I learned how to weightlift. I became a personal trainer. It was really an incredible journey. And because of that, I wound up completely overhauling what I wanted to do with my life. And that took me back to school. I was able to go to grad school for health and chronic disease. And then over the past decade plus, I've worked in some of the top functional and integrative health clinics. I've worked in some of the most amazing gyms. I've even gotten to work with collegiate and professional athletes. It has been amazing. But at the end of the day, I have to tell you, I do not wake up motivated. And even throughout that journey of my certifications, of my degree, of helping others, I struggled with motivation. It was a very big deal. I would be teaching, I would be taking classes, and I did not want to work out. I did not want to eat healthy. And I had to dig really deep and realize I was never going to get more motivated, but I was going to be the person who took care of herself and put herself first. And that's what I'm here to talk about in this video. Get this through your head. Motivation is unreliable. Some days you're gonna have it, some days you're not. And motivation might be what gets you started. It might be what makes you click the link in the description to talk to me about your health goals, that we get a plan together. But motivation is not always going to be there. And that's just the truth of the matter. So you have to wrap your mind around it, that some days you're gonna be motivated and you're gonna run to that gym and you're gonna feel great. And some days you are not going to find your motivation. Motivation is a feeling, but the habits you're going to build and the lifestyle that you want to really imagine for yourself, that is where you're going to see the results that you're looking for. So think of it this way. Motivation might get you started, but the systems you put in place, the habits that you adapt to, that's what's going to get you what you want. The next thing, stop trying to reinvent yourself every Monday. The story I told about losing the weight, becoming a spin instructor, learning how to lift weights, going to grad school, working in functional integrative medicine, that spanned years. years. I didn't wake up one day becoming that person. You need to understand that on Monday, you are not going to wake up and get everything done. You're not going to meal prep, drink all your water, get to the gym perfectly, wake up at 5 a.m., like just throw it all out. And that's because you don't need a completely different lifestyle by Monday. You just need to keep layering better decisions than you did yesterday. And when you layer enough of these good decisions together, that's how your life is going to change. It's not going to be overnight. It's going to be layer by layer by layer. And really, those layers of better habits, that's what brings me to one of my favorite principles. And a friend in grad school actually taught me this, and that is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. And it sounds a little degrading. It's not meant to be, but we have a habit of making this super freaking complicated. So you're overcomplicating this. You download the app, you need to go to the 2-hour workout class, you need to have 7 or 8 different meals for 1 week. And it's like, why? You're gonna burn yourself out. And then no wonder your motivation goes away. You're making this so complicated. Keep it simple, stupid. Sorry. You don't need to go for a 5-mile run. You need to go for a 10-minute walk. You don't need to throw away all the candy in your house. You just need to start buying fresh fruits, vegetables, and protein. You don't need to cook every single meal. Just cut out the morning Starbucks. Like, start with the most simple things and do it consistently, because consistency loves simplicity and simplicity loves consistency. So make it simple. You find a recipe you like, good, make it every week. You find a gym class you like, it's not as hard as you think it should be, good, you like it, keep going. Keep it simple, keep it consistent. The next thing that I really tell my clients, and this is something that I have had to really do for myself, is you're gonna change your identity. And that's big. That's big. And this is probably the biggest mindset shift that I encourage with my clients, with patients in clinics. It's not, I'm trying to lose weight by this date. Although if you have those goals, that's okay. But you need to think, I am now doing these things because I want to take care of my body. I want to feel better. I want to show up for others, but I have to focus on me, and I'm going to focus on me. And you deserve that. You can't just think, I want to lose 20 pounds to fit into this dress by this wedding. I mean, you can, but that usually is a pretty fleeting thought. And then once you hit that date, it's done because you made it in your mind. You're only worried about this one event, this wedding, this party, this holiday to look a certain way. And there's nothing wrong with that. I myself make goals based on the way I want to look for an event, but that can't be the main thing that gets you in the gym. That can't be the main thing inspiring your ability to eat healthy and manage your stress and sleep. You have to think, I am shifting my identity. I am shifting my mindset. And you need to start identifying with being the person who takes care of themselves, because this is a lifestyle overhaul. This is not a quick fix. Quick fixes don't help you stick with things. Quick fixes mean once you get there, you probably throw every system that you just built out. And then you're not going to stick with this. You're not going to keep your results. And that really leads me to telling you that momentum is going to beat your motivation level. One workout, the layering process, is then going to lead to a better dinner. And then you're going to say, well, why have that glass of wine? I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to drink my water. Healthy habits compound. And it's really that these small wins are going to create big confidence in you can do this. So if your goal this week is tomorrow I'm going to go to the gym, then you're probably going to have more energy to make the healthy food. You're going to have a better mindset and drink the water because you moved your body that day. Momentum beats motivation. Layer these habits. This is huge. And you can take note of it in your phone. You can write the things down that you want to do the next day. Keep a little checklist. It feels really good to put go to the gym on your checklist of other things you have to do, because then you check it off and you did something for yourself. Okay. And the next thing that I really want to tell you is when it comes to working out, when it comes to eating healthy, you have to find the exercise that you enjoy, the food that you want to eat. Because if you hate your workout, you are not going to stick with it. It's plain and simple. It's proven. If you don't like the food you're going to eat, like you don't like chicken salad, stop eating the chicken salad. You have to make sure that you find movement you enjoy, food you like to eat. These practices of everyday value that are going to get you healthier, it can't suck. If it sucks or you feel like it sucks, you're not going to stick with it, or you're going to give yourself so much stress that the cortisol is going to have an effect on you. And if you don't know too much about cortisol, stress, health implications, metabolism, please like and subscribe. I talk about all of this in depth in plenty of videos. So at the end of the day, don't chase calories burned in a workout, the trendy thing that everyone's doing. Chase the workouts that you can't wait to do again, that you feel accomplished after. These workouts should be enjoyable. They should be something that you look forward to. You shouldn't be dreading anything in this practice. And if you dread it, it's going to make a lifestyle change almost impossible. And at the end of the day, the last thing that I really tell my clients, and I even tell myself, you got to give yourself permission to be imperfect. If you are type A, if you expect everything to be perfect, for you to have 7 perfect days of clean eating, getting to the gym, blah, 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 you're probably going to set yourself up for failure, or you're going to burn out very quickly. And then again, that takes the enjoyment out of this. The goal isn't to do everything perfectly. It's to really identify with this, to enjoy this process, to learn about your body and to feel better, because that's what's going to keep you doing this a year from now. That's what's going to stop you from starting over and over and over again. You have to give yourself permission to just not be perfect. You have to find what you like to do. You have to make these rituals. And when you do that, those are the clients who don't really need me anymore. I might still see them, and that's great. But the clients who really find what they like, that give themselves grace and understand not every day is going to be perfect, those clients reach their goals a lot faster and keep their goals. So that's the big one. You want to still be doing this a year from now. You don't want to be the person who starts over 10 different times. Make this a lifestyle, make it enjoyable, and just really, really engross yourself in it, because you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. And that's the bottom line of this. So if you're sitting here listening to this video, waiting for the motivation to hit, stop waiting and just start doing. Build the habits, build the systems, find the things you like, and become the kind of person that has enough respect for yourself to take care of yourself, even on the days they don't feel like it. Because those are the people who see the results that actually last. And if you're listening to this video and you're thinking, I want to make those changes, I don't know where to start, I don't know what's right for my body, please, I'd love to help. In the description, you can always find links on what it's like to work with me, my favorite things, all of that great stuff. So like and subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see you on the next one.